Welcome back. Today we're going to practice in a chair. So I've had many requests from people that are not able to be as active, maybe seniors, aging, or some sort of injury that keeps them from being able to have either balance or flexibility. So today we'll work mostly with mobility. We'll start with the arms and then we'll move to the legs. So once we have that mobility, then we can start to move into deeper practices. But unless we have that mobility, and if we don't have that stability, then makes things difficult. So we'll use the wall, we'll use the chair. On the chair, I have a mat, and I have a bolster and a couple blocks and a couple blankets. You can just have those near you if you have those kinds of props. If you don't, then we'll just make use of the chair and the wall. Before we start our practice, I wanted to let you know about my online programs and workshops. Whether you're new to Iyengar yoga and want to learn the basics in a systematic way, a seasoned practitioner looking to revisit the essentials, or a yoga teacher seeking inspiration. These programs and workshops are self-paced, allowing you to make consistent progress and revisit specific topics whenever you like. You can find the link in the description below. With that said, let's begin our practice today. So first of all, we're just sitting on the chair, on the edge of the chair. So your sitting bones are on the chair. You can take and spread the sitting bones so you feel that you're on a level surface. You can feel the bones, the tuberal ischiastomies. I always stumble over that word, but it's the scientific name for the sitting bones right at the back of the buttocks. So have the knees underneath the above the heels, so cut that. Have the feet directly underneath the knees, sitting evenly. Just take our arms back first and walk your hands back, either holding the rail or taking your hands back on the seat. And let's just use the fingertips on the seat of the chair to get nice length through the spine. So we're lifting up through the armpit area, the sternum is lifting, and that extension is helping you to create that mobility in your shoulders. So roll your shoulders back. Sometimes we get tight in the shoulders if we're not using the arms much. So broaden through the collarbones, roll the inner arms, press the fingertips down. Now feel the weight on your hips, descend the top of the buttocks down, and from the lower back, lift up. So as you lift up from the lower back, feel the chest lifting. Just take a few breaths there. Keep your feet planted on the floor so you can feel the left and the right so they're balanced evenly, and you're pressing into the mounds of the toes and the heels and extend the toes forward. As you feel that contact with the feet, feel how as you press the feet into the floor, how the femur bone, the upper thigh bone draws back to the hip, and from there, lift the lower back, lift the chest. Okay, so maintaining that now, you're going to bring your hands out. Let's just take the hands out to the side first. So you're going to bring the arms up and extend. From the center of the chest, you're extending and widening through the fingertips. Imagine between your shoulder blades that the outer edges of the shoulder blades are spreading further and further away. And then the front chest is widening. And as you stretch through the fingers, have the arms in line with your shoulders. And then bring the arms down. And then again, lift up. Using the breath, exhale, move down. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift up. And now turn the palm, turn the forearm and the upper arm, both arms, and then rotate down again. Turn, rotate down, turn, rotate down. Bring the arms down. Bring the arms up, rotate the arms. A couple more times. Feeling the tops of the shoulders, and then bring the arms down. Okay, let's have the strap. So with the strap, you don't have to have one of these straps. You can have a belt. You can have anything that you can hold on to. So I'll just use this like a belt. Strap anything that you have there. If you have a yoga strap, then that's fine. Hold the strap, and I'm going to have you lift the arms up. Stay with your hips so you can feel your hips on the chair, and lift the arms up. Let's just do that several times. So the trunk is lengthening up. Your feet are still pressing into the floor. Thighs are still moving back. And creating mobility in the shoulders, in the arms, as you bring the arms up and down. You can also hold the strap in a way where the palms face one another. So I've just wrapped the strap around, and then as I wrap it, I press into that strap, belt, or whatever you may have there. And as I press, I keep the collarbones wide, front of the chest wide, and bring the arms up. Just do that a couple more times. Lift the arms up, keep the elbows straight. If you can't straighten the arms, then just take the hands a little bit wider until you can reach up and straighten both elbows. If you can't straighten the elbows for now, just bring your arms up as high as you can. Just create a little bit of warmth in the shoulders. So while you have that stability, you're seated on the chair, you're not wobbly, you can lift the arms up. Now just let the strap be on your thighs. You're going to bring your arms out in front of you, interlace your fingers, and turn your palms out. And press your arms out and lift up. So feel the sitting bones, feel the hips descending down, press the hands up, and straighten the arms as much as you can. If it's difficult to straighten the arms, then come back to this version, holding onto that strap and lifting up. So stay with your breath, front ribs back, reach the arms up, straighten the elbows. And then bring the hands down. So if you did cross the fingers, let's change the cross on the fingers. Press out. Bring the thumbs together. Inhale, lift up. Bring the arms up. And bring the arms down. Let's just do that a few times. Arms up, shoulders down. So the back body is descending, moving down towards your hips. Front body is lifting up. So just stay with the breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, move the arms down. Now change the cross on the fingers. Moving out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, move your arms down. Just 3 or 4 times on your own, at your own speed. Lifting the arms. And now, this time, so first just rest your arms, rest your shoulders down. So let the arms and the tops of the shoulders relax. This time you're going to take your thumbs, hook the thumbs, extend the fingers out, and then we'll do that a few times as well. Lift up, exhale, move the arms down. So we use our arms for many things. It's important that we keep that mobility through the arms, the shoulders, the connections in the joints. And then bring the hands down, change the cross on the fingers, pull. So you're pulling the thumbs away from one another as you stretch out through the hands, through the fingers, and just doing that. With your inhalation, lift up. With your exhalation, move down. Reaching up, feeling that side waist lengthening, and then bring your hands down. Okay, so we'll take the strap over to the side now, and we're going to turn the chair, and you're going to face the wall. So first you'll come close to the wall with the knees bent, and then you're going to take the fingers to the wall and start to walk the fingers up the wall. So here I'm still on the backs of the hips, on the sitting bone, and then you can have the hands and arms a little bit wider if you need to, or you can have the hands in line with your shoulders. And then start to come forward. Just a little bit, walk your hands up. Keep the top of the buttocks moving down and the lower back lifting up. Use your fingertips pressing into the wall. to move forward toward the wall. So you're bending forward, you're doing a little bit of a forward bend. All right, now you're going to take your chair a little bit further away from the wall so you can straighten your legs and bring the toes to the wall. Have the heels on the floor. Have the feet hips width apart. So we'll start with wider hips. And then again, bring your fingertips to the wall. Press into the fingertips. Lift the chest. Keep the back long so that buttocks moving down, lower back lifting up. And then as you press the toes and the mounds of the toes into the wall, press the heels, lift the kneecaps up, move the thighs toward the floor. So you're straightening the legs, tighten the kneecap, and then start to walk the hands up the wall. So you're bending from the hip socket. So you're not rounding your back, but keep the pubic bone lengthened to the navel, so the front body stays lengthened. If going forward, you start to round, then come back to that position where the hands are just pressing into the wall and the back is straight. If you can go further, walking your hands up, then do that. So we're getting that extension, that length. Using your hands, press your hands. Press the fingers. You can bring the whole hand onto the wall, pressing the hands or pressing the fingers. All right, and then come up. So now you're going to turn toward the wall, bring your hips to the wall, using the chair. You can bring the chair closer to you and extend the arms. So hips are at the wall, extend the arms forward, and then bring the head between the two arms. Pressing my feet into the floor, keep the legs straight like you did when you were seated on the front of the chair. You can also take your arms down, bring your head down. If that's too far down, you can have a bolster or you can have a few blankets at the front of the chair and release your head. So keep the heels moving down. So here I'm bringing my arms up onto the chair. Head is resting on the chair. Let the lower back lengthen, thighs moving back. Okay, and then bring the hands back onto the chair or onto the bolster. Lift up, and then come up. I'm going to turn the chair around and use the chair in front of me, coming into Tadasana. Okay, so I'm completely balanced. I'm going to keep my feet hips width apart, or as is comfortable for you. And use the chair, press my hands into the chair, move the shoulders back to the wall. So I have my hips at the wall, and I'm using the hands on the chair to bring my shoulders back to the wall. Okay, pressing the feet down, lift the knees up, move the thighs back toward the chair. Move the thighs back toward the wall. And if you have your balance, you're at the wall, then just bring your arms up like we did earlier. Arms up, bring the hands down, arms up. Keep the legs actively engaged. So the feet pressing down, the knees lifting, thighs moving back. You can feel the hips at the wall, tailbone in, shoulders at the wall. And then again, inhale, lift up, exhale. Now let's bring the arms out to the side like we did earlier. Turn the palm, turn the forearm, turn the shoulder, and then bring the arms up. Extending the arms out, bring the hands down. Getting that same movement that we had earlier when we were seated on the chair. And then you can bring the arms up and extend out. Arms up, out, and down. All right, now we're going to take the chair and turn the chair so this rail is facing out. We're going to come onto the chair. So I appreciate maybe you might not have a yoga chair. So if you have a dining chair or some chair that does not have arms on it, then you'll just sit on the chair, facing the chair in this direction. So we're not going into the chair this way, we're just coming over the chair sideways. So you'll come onto the chair, sit like this first with just the feet out, and bring the hands onto the chair, lift up. So again, be on the sitting bones, keep the thighs down, feeling the backs of the thighs on the chair, hold the chair, and with that gripping of the hands, lift up through the armpits so that you're lengthening through the side trunk. Stay with your breath. Okay, now we're going to turn on the chair. So I'm bringing this hip back to the edge of the chair, and my knee is right in front of the chair. I'm going to extend that leg back and use my hands to adjust my trunk. So I want to sit down into this hip, use the chair to sit down, and then extend the back leg. You can extend the back leg or you can keep the knee bent if it's difficult. So whichever is going to be the best for you, straighten the leg, this thigh moves back, and then you're going to use your hands on the chair to again get that length. Heavy on that hip, front foot is on the floor. You're using that to keep that thigh grounded. And then from here, either keep your hands onto the chair to keep that length or bring your arms out. If you have the wall there, you can bring the hands back to the wall or keep the hands away from the wall. And bring the arms down. And now turn the arms, reach the arms out, lift the arms up, reach up with the fingertips. Stay with your breath. And then bring the arms down, bring the hands down. One more time, lift the arms. And now turn and look over your front hand. So keep reaching back with that back arm. Straighten the back leg if you can. If not, keep the knee bent, but keep that front thigh descending on that chair. And then bring the hands down. Okay, we're going to do the other side now. So lift up, come back to the center of the chair, and then you'll move your hips toward this other leg. Move the hips toward the other leg. Keep the knee bent at first. So this leg, you're externally rotating this thigh. It's moving out to the side. Foot is underneath the knee. And then sit heavy on that hip and extend that leg as much as you can so that thigh moves back. Thigh moving toward the wall. And then adjust yourself with your hands on that chair by just first of all pulling and lifting up. So as you lift up, hips are descending, you're completely stable on that chair. Stay with your breath. And now if you have your balance and you feel that you can raise your arms up, reach the arms up and extend out. Broaden through the front of the chest, collarbones wide. And now bring your arms down, turn the arms, and lift the arms up. Stay with the breath. And then bring the arms down. Lift the arms up. Exhale, move the arms down. Turn the arms, lift up, and bring the arms up. If it's difficult to bring the arms up, stay with the arms out to the side. Exhaling, bring the arms down. Turn the arms, palms facing down, and then turn and look over your front hand. Continue to extend through that back leg, back thigh moving back. If the knee is bent, it's okay, but keep extending through both arms, feet on the floor. Stay with your breath. And then bring your arms down. Okay, come back to the center of the chair. We're going to do one more. This time you're going to turn so the whole back of the thigh is on that chair, like before, but now my back hip is turning and it's supported at the front of the chair seat. So coming into Virabhadrasana I. So here, bend your knee, keep your heel lifted until you can bring the front of the thigh there. And then you can use your arm on that rail to help you stay lifted through that side. Here, I have the shoulder at the wall. So just stay with the knee bent first and move the buttock toward that chair seat. You can bring both fingertips onto the chair, or you can have one hand onto your hip and the other hand on this chair rail. So this helps to turn the trunk forward. And then if you're ready to straighten that leg, press the heel, lengthen the heel away, keep the chest lifted. And then release. Coming back to the center. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So lifting up, coming more toward the end of your chair. Adjust your foot so the foot is underneath the knee. If your chair is high and your foot doesn't go onto the floor, you can have a block or have a platform or have a book, whatever you need, so that the foot is firm on the floor. Now, I don't need that. It brings my thigh off the chair. But in order to get your thigh on the chair and still have support under the foot, take a book if you need to, or a block. So here, I'm adjusting myself, coming back, turning this hip so the front of the thigh is at that chair, using my arms on the chair. You can bend the knee first, so you turn that hip a little bit more. This hip is moving forward. You're broadening through the lower back. So from here, I have one shoulder at the wall, the other arm on that chair, and I'm turning myself toward that front foot. Okay? Now from here, if you want to straighten that back leg, take it back a little bit further and straighten it. Making sure that you drop the buttock down, tailbone down, and lift the lower back up. So you're getting that extension through the lower back. You have one arm at the wall. We didn't do this on the other side, but if you want to bring the arm up to get that length, you can do that. If you have your balance there, you can press into that back foot, either with the knee bent or the leg straight, and reach the arms up. And then bring the hands down, bring the arms down, and turn on the chair. Okay, we're going to come back to the first side, doing the same thing, turning. This time, we're going to lengthen forward. You're going to bring your arm up, extend the arm, and bring it to the inside here. You can either bring it onto the knee, or you can, if you can go lower, you can bring it onto that chair. So I'll just come up a little bit higher. Use your hands at the chair and extend sideways. So laterally, you're extending that trunk. Keep extending through that back leg. Now I'm close to the wall, so I can bring my head back, and I can even bring my shoulders back if I press into this hand. So here I'm completely stable. The hips are resting down, extending through the back leg, or you can keep that back leg, the knee bent. If you can straighten it, straighten. And then bring your hand onto your hip, bring your shoulder back, and be there. You can bring your arm up, reach the arm up. So either the arm up or have the hand on the hip. Okay, we're going to come down. So take the hand back onto the chair rail, bend that back knee, come back into the center again. And then coming to that other side, adjusting the hip. Be placed on the chair that you can start to lengthen forward. So here I'm pressing into the back foot and lengthening forward. Lift the arm, extend, bring the arm onto the knee or onto the chair, depending on how much you can go down, and turn the chest. Walk the hands down and bring your shoulders back to the wall. Keep this thigh moving back, turn the chest. Feel the back of the head at the wall so you're not dropping the lower ear, but you're lengthening both sides of the neck. And then reach the arm up. Press the elbow down, press the arm down, and lift that arm. Or keep the arm on the hip, turn the chest. And then come down. And then come back into the chair. And just rest there. Let's just take your legs out to the side. Bring your back to the wall. Press your hands against that chair. Move the top of the hips down and lift up through the pelvis, up through the front chest. Okay, we're going to come out of this pose and we're going to sit in front of the chair. Okay, so I'm going to take the chair and bring it back to the wall. And then here, we're going to go into Ardha Uttanasana, hands on the front of the chair, and then walk the legs back. So you're coming into a downward dog, pressing the hands, lengthening the arms, moving the hips back. Keep the feet wide, so you're more balanced, more stable as the legs are wide. Lengthen the toes forward, press the heels, lift up through the backs of the thighs. So with the hands on the front of the chair, you're extending the arms and moving the hips back. And then come forward. I'm going to just take my bolster on the chair. If you have a bolster or a few blankets, you can bring it onto the chair. We're going to come into Uttanasana now. So you be away from the chair enough that the feet are going to be underneath the hips. So before we were in Ardha Uttanasana, the legs were back further. Here, the feet are underneath the hips. And you can take the hands on the chair, extend forward, and bring your head onto that bolster. If that's too far down, then you can just come back to the wall with your arms and rest your head at the wall. Move your thighs onto the front of the chair. Okay, so feeling that you're balanced, feeling that you have the support. If you're fine in Uttanasana, you can build up the bolster. You can put a few blankets there as well. Just rest your head. Broaden the backs of the thighs. Spread the sitting bones. Move your hips away from you and allow the armpit area, the upper arm, to lengthen. And then coming back. Now you're going to sit down and turn sideways. You're going to sit cross-legged. So I'm going to take this bolster and sit on the bolster. So you can either sit on a bolster or a couple of blankets or a block, but have some height. All right, so you're crossing your legs, Sukhasana. And then here we're going to use the chair to come into a gentle twist. So the thighs are heavy, buttocks moving down, lengthen up through the lower back, and just use your hands on the chair to gently turn toward the chair. As you exhale, turning. As you inhale, lift up. So just see how the hands can help you, the arms can help you to widen across the chest. And keep that height, keep that length, so you create a little mobility in the side ribs, in the abdominal area. And then release. Let's turn to do the other side. Change the cross on your legs. And then again, have the chair there. Thighs, knees descending. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, turn. And then come back to the center. Now I'm going to have you stand up again. And you can just sit on the chair sideways. Again, you can have the block underneath your feet if your feet are not going to the floor completely. So have both hips on the chair. If one of the hips is coming off the chair, it's okay. Just balance on your sitting bones. Lift up. And then you're going to take your hands back to the chair rail, holding onto the chair rail. Keep the knees pressing together, thighs descending. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. So you're turning toward the wall, toward the chair rail, and you're getting that turning from the back body, broadening. So the rib cage is broadening, and the abdominal area is turning. So I'm turning from the back toward the front. Navel moving in and up. Stay with your breath. Keep your shoulders moving down. So not lifting your shoulders up, but drop the shoulders down. A couple more breaths now. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn. All right. And then coming back to the center, we'll go to the other side. So just turning the legs. Make sure you're completely on the chair. Feet are underneath your knees. Sit up tall, and then take your hands to the back of the chair. Inhale, lift up through the lower back. Exhale, turn. Just watch that this leg is not moving forward so much. So aware of the hip moving forward. Keep the hips well grounded. Not turning so much from the hip, but turn from the lower back. All right, and then release. All right, we're going to come back down onto the floor now. You can have your bolster or you can have your block. You're going to face the chair and bring your legs straight out. You can have the feet at the back of the chair rail, or if there's no chair rail, just extend your legs. And now you're going to bend the right leg, bring the knee in, facing the chair, holding onto the chair. You're going to come forward again, extending the arms up, walk the arms up, and just work on lengthening, lifting the chest. This thigh is descending down. If the knee is lifting quite a bit off the floor, you can have a blanket or a pillow, something to press that knee into, so it's not just hanging up away from the floor. Walk the arms up. Now you can bend the elbows and rest your head on the chair. If you need to build up, you can have a bolster, a couple of pillows, whatever you might need, and rest your head. So here I'm not just moving forward and rounding the back, but I'm a little bit away from the chair so I can move forward. You can either keep the arms on the chair, just bring the head down, or fold the arms and then bring the head down. The straight leg, keep that moving down toward the floor. The bent knee also pressing into that blanket or down toward the floor. And then come up, straighten both legs, come back into Dandasana. Hands on the chair, lift up. Now we'll bend the other knee, so take the hand behind the knee, bring the leg out to the side. And then come forward, straightening the arms. Walk forward, lengthening. Bringing the forehead onto the blanket or onto the bolster. Or just stay in this position. If the back is rounding a lot, don't bring your head down. Just hold onto the chair. Bring this upper back toward the chair seat. And if you want to bring the head down, then just making sure that you have enough support. Stay with your breath. Holding onto the chair as long as you need to. So holding on the chair gives you that length through the side body. Holding the chair also helps you to get a nice grip. So the stronger you can make your grip, the more that will help to activate the muscles in the hands and the arms, shoulders. All right, and then release. Coming back to Dandasana, straighten the legs. And then just hold on to the chair, sit upright. Looking straight ahead at the chair back, at the wall. Keep the thighs moving down. Using the chair to help you keep that length through the back of the body, front of the body. Your spine has the front and the back, and oftentimes with devices and maybe you're looking down at the floor, watching where you're walking, the back starts to round. So just use the chair to help you get that gentle lift. All right, we're going to come off the bolster now and bring the hips onto the floor. I'm going to take this blanket away. Okay, laying down on the floor, close to the chair, so my hips are underneath the chair, and I bring my feet onto the side of the chair seat, and I'm pressing my feet into the chair just to make sure I have stability there. So the chair moves a little bit toward the wall, so I'm pressing with my feet, and then bring your arms down and press your arms and lift your hips up. At the same time, you're pressing into the feet. Now, I might be a little close here, so just feel the distance, see if you can lift up. If not, move a little bit away. So I've moved a little bit away. Press the arms down, palms facing up. Press again with the feet, lift up. Let's do it a couple times. Bring the hips down, lift up. Using the feet, using the arms, use the buttocks, and lift the outer hips up. Start to open the front groin. Stay with the breath. Press the feet, press the arms, lift the chest. So you're lifting the armpit chest up, shoulders and the feet and the arms pressing down. Relax the breath, coming back down. Now you're going to bring the knees into the chest, come into Parvanmuktanasana. So your calves against your thighs, backs of the thighs, interlacing your fingers, drawing your thighs back towards your abdominal area. Let the front abdomen move toward the back abdomen. And then we're going to move into Savasana now. So you're going to come down, move your hips all the way underneath the chair. So the backs of your knees are on the chair and your calves are on the chair. And have your hips underneath your knees. Observing that the abdomen is descending, the lower back is descending. Going to then take your arms up, move the upper arm down toward the shoulders, and then rotate the arms so that you're getting that rotation on the top of the shoulder. Front armpit chest is lifting, back armpit chest is descending. So you feel that you're on the backs of the shoulders, able to maintain that. The thighs are moving down into the pelvis, and the abdomen is moving down towards your lower back. So feeling that with your breath as you exhale. We're going to come into Shavasana now. So just feeling that the legs are supported, letting go, femurs are descending down, hips are descending down, your lower back spreading. And just adjust your back in case you feel that it's a little short. Move your side trunk toward the end of your mat. Maintain that roll of the shoulders and the arms. And then just feel that the back of the head, you're on the center of the back of the head. Feeling that that breath is helping you to release the front body down toward the back body. Front ribs are not popping up, but the back ribs are lengthening, widening. And with your arms out to the side, just let your hands go. Relax the fingers, relax the whole shoulder girdle, and begin to bring some softness to the face, the throat. Forehead's relaxed. Your jaw is relaxing, the tongue is releasing. And stay with your breath. So now just letting your inhalation and your exhalation release. Finding the timing of your inhalation and your exhalation. Let your exhalation be longer. And then just be there. Namaste.